trust in the Lord. Mercy shall surround him. He trusts in the Lord. Mercy shall surround him. Glad in the Lord and rejoice. You are bright in heart. Lift up your voice, for great is his mercy toward all who trust in the Lord. He who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. He who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. Glad in the Lord and rejoice. You are bright in heart. Lift up your voice, for great is his mercy toward all who trust in the Lord. He who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. He who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. Glad in the Lord and rejoice. You are bright in heart. Lift up your voice, for great is his mercy toward all who trust in the Lord. Mercy is here. this captive free from the chains that are holding me. Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands on when darkness fails, His lovely face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Yeshua, the solid rock I stand. No other ground is sinking sand. All around is the Savior's hand. His oath is covenant is blood, supports me in the roaring flood. When all around my soul gives way, He then is all my hope and stay. But He shall come, will show us sound. Oh, may I land in Him be found. Trust in His righteousness alone, far blessed to stand before the throne. On Yeshua, the solid rock I stand. All around is sinking sand. All around is the Savior's hand. On Yeshua, the solid rock I stand. All around is sinking sand.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
August 6th, what's going on? We're dancing, you're right. Dancing in the streets, as you saw. That's what we're going to be doing, because we're going to have Mindy and Ralph seated here to Dance Camps International. They'll be here on August 6th. They'll be here for morning service to worship with us. And then we will be spending the whole afternoon dancing, learning new dances, and just having a good time of fellowship together. So come and be a part of that. Look forward to it. What do you do after the counting of the Omer? Do we count the days after the coming of the Holy Spirit? So we must be in day 6, right? Is that how we're doing? So in Shavuot, day 6, post Shavuot, something like that. Anyway, you know what? All around the world they take polls. They're always polling this, polling that, and we're working on figures. So I decided I'm going to take my own poll. By show of hands, now think about this. By show of hands, how many of you have a father? Wow, that's amazing. Question 2, by show of hands, how many of you have a mother? Wow, same people, 100%. You know that's by design. God created man and woman for the purpose of being mothers and fathers.
That's right.
Because that's how he was going to have all of his people populate the world and continue that whole life. You know, along with that, he gave fatherhood, and we'll talk about that because we're about to celebrate American Greetings celebration of Father's Day. I think that's who designed it, because they're the ones that sell all the cards, and they get bigger and more expensive every year. I just got one. I don't know what she paid for it, but she had to pay a whole bunch for it. It sure was complex. But in that whole thing of fatherhood, he put in some of the greatest joys that can come to a man. You know, having had the opportunity to raise 3 girls and 7 grandkids and now 2 great-granddaughters, there is so much joy in seeing what you've created. So when I think of Father looking down on us and what he has created, I think he sees a lot of happiness and a lot of pride in what he has created. But at the same time, as fathers, we have a great responsibility. And when he looks down and he says, you know, I gave each one of you fathers a specific responsibility to be the head of your household. That's not to be the boss and the kingpin and the one who makes all the decisions. That is the one who is responsible for everything, the care, the custody, the nurturing, the growing, providing for your family that you raised. Unfortunately, not all of us can look back at a father who filled all those roles. I, for one, was very blessed to have a father, although I lost him at age 17, a father that cared, a father that taught me a lot of things. And even to this day, I look back at things that people will ask, well, where did you learn to do that? Or where did that idea come from? Or where did that thought or that conviction come from? And it goes back to times that I can recall that my father gave me advice. One of the greatest pieces of advice that he gave me was, if somebody else can do it, so can you. All it takes is practice, analysis, and a will to get it done. We as fathers have a great responsibility. If you listen to the Behafta, what did it say? Teach our children diligently. That is a father's command. It's a father's command to the fathers that he produced, that he created. And we have a responsibility with all the young people that are around here. We have, as fathers, as mentors, as adults, we have a great responsibility. Part of that responsibility is love. Just like this love right here, son wrapped in his father's arms. We also have the responsibility of discipline. When a child does something that is not appropriate or is beyond what we think should be done, we have a responsibility to discipline, to straighten the path. We have a responsibility to provide for, to give them all that they need, to teach them, to give them the opportunity to learn and to grow. But more than anything, we have a responsibility to love. Regardless of what they are, who they become, or what they end up doing. We cannot set their pathways. We can sweep the road in front of them. If you watch curling, they go out there ahead of the stone, and they sweep to make it so it'll go where they want it to. That's what we can do as fathers. Only problem is, that stone doesn't always go where we want it to go. But we still have a responsibility, regardless of where they are and what they become, to love them. And that's what it is to be a father. So on this Father's Day, I'm going to challenge all of you who are fathers to just analyze what are you doing to fulfill your responsibility? Are you teaching children diligently? Are you loving when it seems that they are just misbehaving terribly? Are you correcting when correction needs to be done? Are you praising them when praise is due? Are you teaching your children diligently the word that Yeshua placed before us? Last week we celebrated that he took those tablets of stone on which he wrote his directions, and he put them on our heart.
That's right.
How do they move from heart to heart other than by example? I pray that we as fathers, on this Father's Day, tomorrow, even though it's American Greetings special holiday, that we take this day and remember every day what our role is to be a father. And now, let's watch a video on it.